Hello, my crafty friends. It's Jamie with Color Flutter Creations, and today my mood is shiny. I am feeling good, and I want a lot of shimmer. So I decided to play with my Nuvo Shimmer Powders. These are not a new product. It's been out for a long time, but I think it's a product I don't see a lot of people using, and I really love them. So I have my Strathmore mixed media paper, as you saw, and I have all of these Nuvo Shimmer Powders. I actually think I have all but one. I have a missing space. I'm going to fill it. So I pulled out a paper towel, I put that on my glass mat, and then I have this mini baking sheet that I am going to use, and of course my Ranger heated tool. My cardstock that I've already cut down at various sizes, I'm going to put that onto my mini cooling rack. That is going to allow the water to kind of drip off of that. And when I'm heating my paper or drying it, whatever, then it's going to allow the heat and the air to flow through the paper easier so that my cardstock really dries a lot quicker. Now, you can see here that I am a mess. We know I'm a hot mess. All hot mess is welcome here. So I don't know. I feel that the Nuvo powders, when they come out, can be a little tricky. So I squeeze the bottle, but I squeeze it, I think, a little too much because it just wasn't coming out. A little bit of this powder goes a long way, and you're going to see here, oh my gosh, I'm like, where is it? Where is it? And then poof, my goodness, Atlantis burst. It burst. The Atlantis burst. So I kind of shake it around a little bit and try to get some of it off. Had I been smart, I would have grabbed another piece of cardstock and kind of dumped some of that powder over onto that, and that way I could have saved it. But I wasn't thinking at the time and didn't do that. So I've spritzed with some water, a lot of water, because I have a lot of powder here, and I did not want the powder, I guess, to be that deep and dark. You can see along the edges of my cardstock here that it is really dark. So because I had so much of that powder, I'm really diluting it with water, and then I'm using my little pick tool to kind of hold it down because, paper wants to curl when it is wet. I'm then going to go in with some lilac waterfall. This is a beautiful color. And all of these shimmer powders, they have other elements of colors in them. So you can see a little bit of like blue with this. And I absolutely love kind of the added little surprise, I guess you could say. So going in with a little bit more because there's so much of that Atlantis burst kind of teal green there. I wanted to break that up a little bit more and add more of that purple. So that's kind of what I went in here. I'm just moving my cardstock around as well and then drying. And then I'm going to take a paper towel, that extra one that I have there to the side, and I am going to edit. So I use that to kind of edit, soak up some of the water here and there, but otherwise I'm letting it drip down through that little mini cooling rack and letting the paper towel underneath capture that. That also helps keep my workspace, to me, a little cleaner because then I don't have to worry about water kind of spilling everywhere and also getting on the underside of my cardstock. So again, keeping it where it can dry, and just look at the shine. It's beautiful. And I even love the little blobbies there. I don't know what they are, blobbies, where the powder, it's set because of the water, but it is not running. And I love that little added effect there. It's beautiful. I took my paper towel and I just kind of dabbed it onto my cooling rack here just to kind of soak up some of the water and other color. And then I added some maroon spark and then ivory willow, and then I'm going in with this Atlantis burst. And I can say this is probably one of my favorites that turned out. So the colors, I don't know, they just really kind of worked together. I love the way that that ivory willow is subtle, but it's there and definitely visible. So I went in with a little less, of course, Atlantis burst, and it turned out to be the perfect amount. And just check out this shine and how beautiful those colors are together. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, it really is. I love anything shiny and sparkly. This one I'm going in a little bit different. I'm just putting the blue blitz and lilac waterfall colors at the top, spraying and then allowing it to run down. You can see that little bit of like pink over there from the lilac waterfall. It just adds, I don't know. It's just, I'm mesmerized, mesmerized. And this one also turned out just really beautiful with the shine. A great background for doing any kind of water scene on your card. Now I'm going in with some golden sparkler and adding in the sun ray crosette. I believe that is how you say that. And then I'm just going to do a little bit of lighter spritzes. So I've done a lot of water and you can see how well they kind of blend together. I do some lighter spritzes because I wanted there to be a little more blotchy. And then for this one, I go in with Lunar Rocket, but I sprayed my cardstock first. So the other ones I was starting like with the dry cardstock, and this one I thought I would just add a little bit of water so that the powder would stick, but also start to, you know, kind of run a little bit and do its magic. I then go in with Storm Cloud, add some lilac waterfall, which you can see, and then this blue blitz just to add a little more color so it wasn't so dark. And I love this. This is like a night sky with some aurora borealis aspect or something to it, but I really like the way that these colors melded together. I love the little blotchy aspects. It just kind of makes me think of being in outer space. And I think you can get the idea here of what we're doing, which is just doing whatever it is you want to do, however much water you want to use or not use. So on this one, I did the golden sparkler and then I added the Catherine wheel to it just to give it a little, I don't know, added pop of some color because it is pretty fall-esque with the golden sparkler, which is beautiful and I love it, but I really wanted a little pop of color, so I added that Catherine wheel red. You can do whatever you want to do with these. These are great for backgrounds, cutting out, you know, flowers, leaves, even little wreaths. If you have wreath dies, I love to use these kind of cardstock watercolor effects for die cutting any of those types of elements. And I love it. Blotchy, not blotchy there. The blending, love it. It's beautiful and all of that shine. Oh, then we have Cherry Bomb, and I'm adding in Falling Leaves here. And these colors are really bright and beautiful, kind of neon-esque, and they really work well together. So whatever you want to do, and whenever you are using these, just remember it is never going to be the same every time. So if you're trying to duplicate or mimic colors or mimic effects, it's just not going to be the same even if you're using and doing the same thing over and over and over again, you're going to find that the water is just going to run differently every time. It's going to come out in the powder. The amount of powder is going to be different every time. Whether you tap or you squeeze the bottle makes a difference. Your paper is going to make a difference. So depending on your cardstock, it's just all of those matter, but no matter what, they're going to be different every time. So embrace it, enjoy that, enjoy what you get and the difference in every single one of those. On this one, I'm putting down Catherine Wheel, Blue Blitz, Atlantis Burst, and then I go in at the end with a little bit of Maroon Spark. I tried to be a little lighter with the water, but I still got, you know, kind of the blending running effect. It wasn't exactly what I was trying to do, but again, it doesn't matter. Every single time is going to be a little bit different. So I embrace it. And maybe I'm just a little too heavy-handed with the water. Beats me. Anyway, turns out beautiful. This one has green parade, blue blitz, golden sparkler, and falling leaves. And it really that golden sparkler in there looks really pretty. It adds just enough of kind of that brownish goldish tone to it, and it turns out really wonderful. This one is falling leaves, solar flare, green parade. There's some ivory willow I put in here and some maroon spark. So I, again, was really trying to play with this drying effect, kind of making it set when it's dry, but then editing and adding more water and color on top. So I was really trying to layer colors and see how they would blend. This reminds me a lot of using sprays where you want to spray and then dry and then add a layer of another color and spray that and dry it and just kind of keep going in that kind of method. And I think it works really well. I did not put a paper towel underneath my cooling rack this time because I wanted to show you that if you didn't do that, you can take a piece of cardstock, sop up what is down there on your mat, and you are not having any waste and you can use that. So I should have used, a watercolor type cardstock, something that would definitely be mixed media, but I didn't. I grabbed a piece of scrap so it was a little thin, but you can still see how much this picked up the shine, and this is going to be great for cutting leaves or wreaths. On this one, I put down some Catherine wheel first, going in with some blue blitz, and then I do Atlantis burst, and at the very end, you're going to see solar flare take a little bit of a spotlight. Well, I'm trying a little different of a method. I'm tapping the bottom of the bottle to see if I can get a little less out. I'm also trying to use a little less water. I still want some movement in this, but I'm trying. I'm trying different amounts of water to powder and drying in between, or maybe I want to go back in and add more water. I'm just playing around to see what kind of effects I get. But, as Timmy too, or, AKA Tim Holt says, you get what you get, you don't throw a fit. That's very much how I feel about these powders. They are wonderful though. I love the different little flecks of colors that are within them. And it really, I don't know, just makes my heart happy. And I love all the shiny. Of course, shiny. Moana is one of my favorite movies, and it just, these make me think of Moana and the crab, and, we're shiny. And here is the solar flare. I just put that in the middle. I just wanted something really there. It needed a little bit of a pop, and that's what I did. I cleaned my tool, my pick tool, my mat, even this side. The powder kind of gets everywhere. So I'm taking alcohol that's in my spray bottle, and that is what I'm using to clean up. Look at how all of these turned out. I love the blending with the blotchy, with all of the different shine and colors. These turned out really great. Wonderful backgrounds for your cards, or like I said, die cut out of them. Flowers, butterflies, leaves. There's so much you can do with these. And I have a video coming out where we're going to use these backgrounds for making cards and in some other techniques. So be on the lookout for that. I invite you to pull your Nuvo Shimmer Powders from the back of all of your crafty stash and bring them to the forefront, highlight them, and leave in the comments or share with me how you use them. If you have other tips, tricks, techniques for using these powders, I'd love to learn from you as well. Remember that you are shiny and beautiful just the way that you are. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you soon, my crafty friends. Thank you for supporting me by subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing this video.